Yes, it's a very, very stressful state that we're in at the moment. We've only got 8 weeks or so to go before we get thrown out, and we haven't got anywhere to go, some of us, and we don't have the money to go into private rentals, and we'd just like to have a fair shake of the stick when it comes to being allocated housing. I mean, we've tried a lot of things. We just want somebody to open their doors. We feel helpless, completely helpless right at the moment. And I don't know what to do anymore. Yeah, my name's Murray, and I've been living at Five Ways Caravan Park in Dingley Village for 8 years. Last August, we were all served with eviction notices. We would not get any compensation for losing our homes. We'll lose 65,000 plus 10,000 to remove my dwelling, and there's probably still 30 people in the caravan park who are still looking for reasonable accommodation.
Yeah, so who's reached out to you so far? You said someone from Winteringham's been here.
Winteringham came out, and Access, part of Kingston Council, came out. They offered assistance. Winteringham have since lost their funding, so they can't help us anymore. A couple of months ago, The Age rang and asked whether they could do a story. So that was a good starting point. Then Raph Epstein from the ABC picked up on the story in The Age, and he rang me, and I did an on-air interview with Raph. Via those two media things, A Current Affair decided to be in there, or wanted to do a story. Other than that, most of the major Department of Housing won't do anything for us. A crowd called Launch, who are supposed to be the number one accommodation finding place, they just brush us off all the time. Every avenue that we try, we don't get any satisfaction at all.
Murray and the people that live here have paid taxes their whole working lives.
Exactly.
You would think the Department of Families, Fairness and Housing would have been out here to come and speak to you guys, at least say, look, I know what you're going through. I know it's tough. We're going to be doing our best to try and support you. Have you got anything from them?
No. We gain nothing from the Department of Housing, Fairness. They've never, ever, ever been offered to us. Who advocates for us? I mean, we've had to do all of the advocating off our own back.
Yeah.
No one's come to us and said, okay, Johnny, we will circle the wagons and go out and advocate for what you require. No one. Access, the council organisation, they've tried very hard, but they don't have the resources, or they don't have the housing. They're not a housing organisation. They just liaise with the housing people, and that's where we're lost. No one's had our back. It's been a very, very solitary, and we haven't gained much apart from a little bit of media access. But as for finding places, the Department of Housing told us that we can't do anything for you until you are actually homeless. Well, when we get shown the door, because we've been told that the police will come and escort us off the property, once we're out the front gate, where do we go? There's nowhere. I don't know what I will.
As time has gone on, the constant decrease in public housing has meant that we can't offer people who are in their 60s and 70s and 50s who are still basically experiencing tertiary homelessness, which is a caravan park, that have no security of tenure. When there's a dearth of public housing, when there's a lack of public housing, who supports these people that are in crisis? The land upon which their dwellings are fixed is going to be sold out from underneath them, and they have no one. And it's really clear that they feel alone. They feel like they're not being heard, and the lack of public housing has left these people out in the lurch. You know, we're calling on the Department of Families Fairness and Housing to go down there and support these guys and do what they can to make sure that they're not left to be escorted out by the police in 8 weeks. They've not committed any crime. They're not bad tenants. They've paid their rent. They've been actually really good tenants. There's no excuse for these people to be left out, on the street. For anyone, there's no excuse for anyone to be on the street in a country as wealthy as Australia. Why hasn't the Department of Families, Fairness and Housing gone down there and been able to house these guys? When we know that there's thousands of empty public housing properties in Australia.